just a few months ago, Russell Brunson and his highest level coaching clients in the Atlas Mastermind group made a trip to Agora Financial. Agora Financial is the largest info publishing company in the world, generating between $1.5 to $2 billion per year, selling a financial newsletter. And that visit was an eye-opening education in how one company that size can scale to $1 billion. Now, what Russell and his mastermind students discovered on that trip would become the basis for his brand new AI-powered content creation process and his new VSL Empire. And tonight, we'll be giving you a first look into that process using the Marketing Secrets AI software and how you too can have the structure of the greatest VSL copywriting weaved into your own VSLs. On tonight's episode of Pitch Practice, the show. My name is Mark, and I am the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101. I teach the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Brandon here, your Chief Business Strategist, helping you get those funnels hooked up online so you don't miss a lead.
All right. How you doing, Brandon? You made it.
I made it. Yeah, a little bit tardy, but I had to get that second workout in today, man. I started 75 hard, and you got to get those 2 45-minute workouts in. And I went swimming. I was at the pool after getting home and then eating dinner and having a call, and then I had to run to the pool quick, get the 45 minutes in, get back here, ready for the show. So it's a long day. Not many hours in the day. So I got to get to bed early tonight because I got to wake up and do it all over again. But 3 days in, 3 days complete. I got to drink one more of these bad boys, 40 more ounces before bed. I'm gonna end up peeing to bed for sure, because I just drank one right before the show, so there's not much time between drinks spreading it out. But once I do that, that's my gallon of water, and it will be day complete.
Cool. So what happened? What's this 75 hard? What gave you the inspiration to get started with that again?
Again, yeah. I think I attempted it last year, maybe the year before or whatever. And I've been in my head about a lot of things. It's crazy. And it's like I stepped on the scale the other week, and I wasn't happy about the number, but I wasn't doing anything about it. And then this weekend, this past Mother's Day weekend, we ended up going out and, we eat and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't drink any water, so I was like being out in the sun and things like that. So I'm like taking a nap on the floor, and wife comes in from wherever she was out. It was a 15-minute nap, takes a picture of me, and my gut is just like hanging out on my shirt, on the floor with this big old food baby, and she showed it, and I was like, "All right, I get it."
It was one of those shock and awes.
Took a picture, or something. I know it sucks. You know what? Start it. And I just try to keep a simple routine. Wake up in the morning, 5:30, shoes on, get out, 45-minute walk with the dog for half of it, and then go through the day. Evening comes, head to the Y, get the lift in. Today was a swim day, and read the book in the morning, eat right, and go. I mean, the fact that it's 75 days, I think that's the most mentally taxing part, just to do the same thing for 75 days straight. But it's just, I guess, being consistent with those tasks to then be a little bit more consistent in your other daily tasks and finding time to fit it in. It does take a lot of time, especially when
Mhm.
you you do the 8 hours for the normal gig, and then you try to do the 8 hours for the side gig. Plus, you got to work out and do all. I mean, it does end up being a lot, but find the time.
You know what? I think, hold on, let me do that there. Now I'm back. All right. What was going on there? You know what? You know what I believe? I believe that when you working out, it actually gives you more energy. So you think that working out is you're going to be tired, but it gives you more energy. You feel better. You're more alert. So spending that little bit of time, if even if it's just, I think I know I have a friend that's a personal trainer, and he just recommends about 15 minutes of cardio a day. When you get my age, though, you have to stretch.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I need to. I think Saturdays are going to be my stretch days, and that'll count as one of the workouts. I actually have an old DVD version of P90X. I think I'll just throw X stretch in like Saturday morning, and then that'll be my workout for the morning. And then the evening would probably be maybe X yoga um, to kind of change it up a little bit. But yeah, I was feeling it today in the pool. Definitely feeling like I'm pulling 270 pounds through the water, and my shoulder was giving me a little bit of trouble, but I managed to work through that. But yeah, so it's what happens when you turn 40, man. Everything starts falling apart.
Well, I will say this. I will say congratulations on the swimming weather. So when you talk about being outside on a beautiful day, I'm thinking, okay, your weather must have turned.
It's an indoor pool. No, I'm outdoors in the morning for the walk.
Uh,
The workout and the swimming is done indoors.
so the weather is still.
The weather still sucks. It's cold, man. It's like 40, 50 degrees. Now it's going to be 80s later on this week, but it will then cool off again the following week.
Yeah. There's no cooling off for us here. I think we've been probably 80, 90, yeah, for a while. It's already. Oh yeah, it was very nice for Mother's Day this weekend too. So yeah, it was just gorgeous weather out. Outside weather. We've got the local basketball team is in the playoffs right now, and this city goes crazy for the San Antonio Spurs.
Mm.
And it's the first time they've been in the playoffs since I think 2019. Um, and they're playing pretty good. They're playing pretty good, especially they've got the sensation. I think the 7'4". Don't quote me on his height. I'm pretty sure one of my friends will watch this and correct me on his height. Uh, do and they're oh man, I'm so glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked that, Lefty. Because please stick with us. Stick with us. VSLs still work. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this show, Lefty. What's up? You gonna say what's up to Lefty?
I already talked to him earlier today.
Okay. Cool.
Had to fix his automations, make sure they were firing right. So yeah, we had
Hey,
a long conversation.
we're gonna show you something today, Lefty, that's gonna knock your socks off. I'm pretty sure. I know you were you did a couple of VSLs for me a couple years ago, but yeah, do they still work? We'll get back to that. But yeah, 7'4" sensation out there playing basketball like he is a point guard, Brandon. I don't know if you've seen him at all.
I'm not a big basketball fan, so I don't watch playoff basketball. The last playoffs I was watching was hockey. The Lightning, they lost first round. So yeah, I'm out on that.
You're out on that. Well, my favorite team just went out, but I wasn't expecting them to do much. I'm proud of them. They came this far, and then they had to deal with a major, major injury at the end of the season. So, and you say better luck next year, but you really don't know what next year brings. Yeah, I think you always have to take advantage of the moment and seize the moment right now, because this is all we have right now. You know what I mean? This is
Mm-hmm.
what we have right now. But I'm excited about today's topic, Brandon. I've gotten that into the software marketing secrets AI. I think it's already second week going through. I have been going through the challenge again this week because I have been promoting it with a few people. So I've got probably at least five other, maybe five or six that have still signed up underneath me. I'm gonna tell you, I told you I did put a little bit of money behind it, and I think I put about let me see, I put about 100, close to $100 the first time, close to $100 the second time behind some ads, and I've so far had 6 conversions. Not any that have converted to the big offer, but they are on the monthly plan, which
Nice.
is which is your commission is 38.80 per per recurring conversion. So 200 in, about 240 out right now, but that's not the magic, Brandon. You
I
know
know
it.
it's that recurring, man. As long as they stick with it, that's where it's gonna come back. I mean, you pretty much got the free software as long as they stay around.
Exactly. And I love it because it's sticky too. I've gone inside and I have just been doing more deep dives in it, loading it with, I've been loading it with my personal stories. I've been able to actually go back and look at a lot of the podcasts that I've been on. I've been on quite a few podcasts. I think maybe 10 or so. I was on your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Business Growth Accelerator. I put that in there. And then I think about, I think a lot of us out there are thinking, I don't have a story. I don't have any content out there. And that's why Russell said something. I think I heard this during the first one funnel away challenge, and it's always been something that I said, okay, if Russell said do it, I'm going to do it. And you know what? That was the whole thing about you need to publish for 365 days. You need to publish on some medium, on some platform. And I went back and I found, remember when, remember when, what was those audio rooms? What was that called? Um,
Oh,
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Yeah, is that still even up? I don't even know.
Yeah, and there was one point when Facebook had went to this audio format, and Facebook had these audio rooms, and I would go in, and every Friday I would you know what I would do? I would actually kind of go. I would lock myself into a dark closet. I was actually, and then just start talking every week, every week, about 30-minute episodes, and I called it my sales funnel chat. And I went back and I found all of those because Facebook did away with it, but I saved them on my YouTube channel. I went back and I loaded all of those episodes. I think there were about 25 episodes, dude. 25 episodes. So my AI chief of staff is loaded with a lot of my own personal stories, over 1,500 uh, over 1,500 memories, and it's in there. And tonight I'm going to actually share some of a process that I'm going to go through and work on one of the VSLs that are in there now.
Yeah, I'm interested in looking to see that because said, I have not been playing in Marketing Secrets AI as I should be. I mean, they just hit my credit card for it, so I need to like get in there and use it and get my money's worth for it. But yeah, I'm just like, it's almost information overload. Plus, I got a lot of other stuff going on that I'm dealing with. But yeah, definitely curious to see these VSLs. I know they just recently unlocked a whole bunch of stuff in here now. And as you know, with any new software that Russell's coming out with, a lot of it's beta, some of it's alpha, but I think the core functionality is there and still worth the deal right now. And if you want to grow with it, now's the opportunity to get in at probably the least expensive level that it's going to be, and rock and roll. So yeah, let's look at those VSLs, and I'll probably make one while you make yours too.
Yeah, do this. So so just a backstory on it, okay? So the backstory is basically, and this is basically, I think it's pretty much the backstory for the Marketing Secrets AI software. Russell took that trip out to Agora with his high-level mastermind students. They pay Russell Brunson over $50,000 to be a part of that mastermind group. So he's taken, and now Russell has taken an entirely different approach to content creation, and now what he's calling his AI-powered content creation and his VSL creation process. Now he approaches it in 3 steps that he applies to everything. If you want the lowdown on those steps, then you should be joining the Marketing Secrets Challenge, because that's exactly what he breaks down over the 5 days. Make sure you check around this video for a link to join that challenge. The encore version was this week, and they already have it teed up for another encore version to start on May the 18th, which is next Monday. You can check the link in the comments to either sign up with Brandon or myself to get inside of that 5-day challenge. But that 3-step process that he's applying to everything that he does, his content, his VSLs, his webinars, his challenges, his emails, and his YouTube scripts. And he calls this the foundation of being able to get great AI output. And he's built the Marketing Secrets AI around that 3-step process. Now, that 3-step process is swipe file, voice, and creative director. Now, if that sounds foreign to you, basically, this entire process came from that pivotal visit that he and his Atlas Mastermind group made to Agora Financial. And what he found was that a major reason for Agora's success was they created these VSLs. And these what he found was that they had one offer, and it was such a cool thing to watch on day 3 today, on how he showed they sell one thing, Brandon. They sell one thing, and that is a newsletter valued at $49 to $97 a month. That's the entire premise of their entire business. But they're a $1 billion business. But what they have is, what they've built is this VSL engine. And it's interesting that Lefty asks, do VSLs work?
Yeah, they still work.
Well, Agora Financial has built a $1 billion business off of VSLs. So this is what Russell did. So Russell saw that what he did, he used Manus to go out there and find every active VSL that Agora had running across all their 4 brands and 23 gurus. And what Manus did was they found 35 active VSLs. He had AI transcribe all of them and then analyze the structure of the perfect Agora style VSL And he did the same thing with his own VSL explainers that have generated millions in sales. And he also did the same thing with more than 30 of the Harmon Brothers style funny VSL explainers. So, you know, Squatty Potty, the Harmon Brothers, they're very popular. And what he did is he had AI analyze it, and then AI actually analyzed those videos and found structures. They found patterns, and they said, huh. And he found patterns that he didn't even realize he had. And then it actually gave Russell and said, okay, here's the structure that all of those VSLs actually follow. And guess what? He put that framework inside of Marketing Secrets AI app. And when I show you today, what it allows you to do, like those 3 steps, it uses the swipe file, the voice, and a creative director. Just to give you a little bit of overview, now the funny VSL and how the AI is able to analyze the structure of all of this content. What you know what's really cool, Brandon, is that I keep swipe files, right? You know, I keep swipe files, but what AI is able to do, AI is actually able to analyze it in ways that we can't analyze it, you know, or AI can pick up on patterns that we're not able to detect. And then it could extract those patterns and say, okay, here is that winning framework, here is that winning pattern. So that's the swipe file version of the 3 steps. Now, the second step is the voice. Now, if I was to go out there and write a VSL in my own voice, I might not know the winning structure. But when you can combine the winning structure with your own personal story and your own voice, then you've got an Agora style VSL or a funny VSL explainer in your own voice. That's the second step. Now, what we're going to actually look into and we're going to see tonight is the creative director that's built into it. And the creative director is designed to actually be the director and actually ask you those questions that will pull out the right answers to create one of these VSLs. And that's how you're able to actually leverage the winning structure of $1 million VSLs right here in the Marketing Secrets app. It's pretty amazing, pretty cool. And I'm gonna just show you an example of a script that I had written. I already had this one. Done. So I just want to show you this one that I had done already, and then we're gonna demo one just from scratch right while we're here tonight. But I'm gonna show you one that I've done. I'm working on my white label version of Voomly. It's called Video Funnel. I think I've mentioned it to you before. Well, I'm moving out of the video that that comes with it, and I wanted to make me a VSL to go on the landing page. So I decided to use one of the funny VSL scripts, and I'm going to show you what the app created for me. Let me bring this up real quick, and then what I'm going to show is I'm going to show the script, and then we're actually have it currently in production right now. We have this in production, and we're going to have this video explainer created completely using AI. It really changes the game. It's amazing. And so this is my video funnel funny explainer video script. And you can see here, this was written completely by the AI inside of Marketing Secrets AI. Hold on, let me give it a better, maybe a potentially better view. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So here is the script. The visual is a wood panel courtroom formal judge sits at the bench, glasses low, and in the defendant's chair sits YouTube. Slams the gavel down and says, "Court is in session." The judge stares down at YouTube, and YouTube doesn't look up from the phone and says, "Today, we try YouTube for crimes against content creators." And then there's a prosecutor approaches the bench. The charges, close up, it says stealing hours of editing time without zero compensation. So it gives you the visuals, it gives you the narrator, promising views, and delivering silence. The creator hits post, leans back, waits, the viewer counts read 11, then 12, and then the narrator says, "And the most heinous crime of all, rewarding the worst videos while punishing the best ones." And then YouTube shrugs, sounds familiar, and then the prosecutor calls its first witness, a guy in a ring light setup, YouTube analytics, and says this creator spent 6 months optimizing thumbnails, titles, and posting schedules, and generated exactly 0 paying customers. The prosecution calls its second witness, and this creator added a link in the description and another in the comments and a verbal CTA at the end of every video, and still couldn't get people to click. So then this is the entire script, but it is a very good script that tells you the beats, it tells you the narrator, it gives a very great beginning to it, and it's about 3 minutes, and this is basically the outline of the funny VSL script. So now the next step is for us to put this into production. I'll share with you a couple of scenes, okay?
Sure.
Couple of scenes that we've worked on. All right, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now check this out.
Court is in session. Today, we try YouTube for crimes against content creators. I'm the judge. The charges? Stealing hours of editing time with 0 compensation, promising views and delivering silence. I'm the judge. The charges? Stealing hours of editing time with 0 compensation, promising views and delivering silence.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. First 2 clips, we're putting it into actual production. What did you think of that?
It looks pretty good. Where are you building this in at? Flow or something else?
Well, that is, I'm working with a fellow funnel hacker, and they have a proprietary software that they're using. I'll let you know in the comments. I'll let you know. Cool. All right. So that is the power of using. That's the power of using the script creator inside of Marketing Secrets, along with the power of AI. So so let's go here. Here we are inside of the software. And I think, what did we do last week? I think we modeled, I think we were in an attractive character app. And then this time, this is in the one-to-many presentation. Just to talk a little bit more about how Russell really broke it down in today's challenge. In day 3 of the challenge, he really breaks down. Let me show another visual here real quick. All right, okay. So he really breaks down about the power of VSLs. Now, Lefty asks, do VSLs still work? Russell is still using VSLs today to grow ClickFunnels to $1 billion. And he states that he has used VSLs to drive traffic to the same core offer. And it's the same thing that Agora does. When they're creating these videos, it's still the same core offer. But what they're doing is they're driving different VSLs to the same offer. Like, for example, when you look inside the marketing secrets software, you see that you've got literally standalone apps in there. You've got standalone apps that are valuable in themselves. And instead of just making one app, he creates a VSL for each of the offers. So, and he's done the same thing with ClickFunnels. When you think about it, this is the Your First Funnel Challenge, the One Funnel Away Challenge, one of the challenges. And he drives these VSLs that all go to the same offer. What he calls it is multiple front ends going to the same offer. Does this make sense to you, Brandon? Do you remember?
It does.
Huh?
Yep.
This was pretty powerful stuff. He also talks about how magnetic marketing does it the same way. He did the same thing with magnetic marketing. All these VSLs leading to the same offer. Secrets of success, multiple VSLs, all leading to a different part of his offer. I thought this was pretty genius. I think kind of knew he was doing it already, but just to see him actually break it down and talk about it in this way, I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you can't just lead with one story, one video. I mean, you got to have so many different hooks that speak to so many different people, especially when you are running one global offer. I mean, if you look at ClickFunnels, in the way they've always taught it, it's one offer, one niche, one funnel till you hit $1 million, right?
Right.
But Russell's niche is like every entrepreneur. Like, every entrepreneur needs a funnel. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have: roofer, plumber, landscaper, dentist, chiropractor, dog poop picker upper, massage therapist, dog groomer, small town baker, candlestick maker, whatever, right? Everybody needs a funnel. So it just makes sense. And so, like, his different hooks, his different videos are just speaking to each one of those niches, leading back to, why ClickFunnels is the software you need behind the business to give your business online presence.
Well, let me say this, because his way of going through this challenge is not actually saying that you're speaking to different markets. Here's what he's saying. He's saying that in you, and maybe he's really speaking to a lot of coaches or digital product owners that has their proprietary framework, right? Because he's always talking about, you're the expert, and this is your proprietary framework. Step 1, step 2, step 3 to get to the results. And that might be, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to get to the results. You see it all in the ClickFunnels world. People take the frameworks and they make it their own. What he's saying, especially throughout the 5 days of the challenge, on day 3, he hasn't gone into the software creation like he is on day 4. But what he's saying is that you should create an app for each step of your framework, and then create a VSL for each step of your framework. And he's using the marketing secrets as an example, because inside of marketing secrets, you'll see is literally his framework, his Dream 100. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. His Dream 100. Let's